Hello everyone, hello, welcome to Dark Matter. This is our penultimate episode. There's no music playing. Don't you just love it?
Pro streamer.
Yep, hashtag pro streamer right here.
Hey, there we go. Oh, and the cameras are wrong. I don't know how long I've been doing this, but definitely I'm a pro person. Thank you so much for the sub. For all of you watching right now, just so you know, every 5 subs that we get, the group gets a free level above and beyond what I had planned out for the campaign. Right now they stand at level 14 with a mere 3 subs away from level 15. And then a mere 23 subs away from level 20. So if you feel generous, go right ahead. That said, I am Simon at Wandering DM. Welcome to, like I said earlier, our penultimate episode of Dark Matter, a 5e D&D supplement by, campaign setting, I should say, by Mage Hand Press, who, incidentally, are also sponsors of the stream. So if you head on over to store.magehandpress.com, use code WanderingDM, you can get 15% off everything that you purchase. And that can include anything from their new classes, new spells, the Dark Matter campaign setting, you name it. Check out their stuff on their website, and if you like the game here and you want to play it at home, Dark Matter is an awesome setting. Our other sponsor for today is the coffee company Found Familiar. They have restocked their stock on Monday, so if you want to order now, all of their coffees are back in stock. I think they have new one. I didn't check since the beginning of this week, but I know they were closed this weekend for a restock and a facelift of the website, I believe. That said, head on over to foundfamiliar.com. You can use code WanderingDM to get 10% off. And if you order for $50 or more, you get free shipping to the continental United States. Last but not least is I am part of the Diceomancy program with partnering with Level Up Dice. If you want to check them out, either click on the purple torch below or the link in chat at the moment. Every click helps, and if you're in the market for some brand new shiny dice, they have dice made out of metals, semi-precious stones, and other types of stones. Yes, shiny click-clacks. And that is pretty much it for me. Who wants to recap the epic events of last week?
Oh, we blew them up good. They also blew on themselves good, which I still don't understand. So we finally attacked Lakshay. And we also destroyed the fleet that was in orbit of Lakshay with a magnificent anti-magic explosion that wiped out most of their ships, if I recall correctly. That one I'm not.
It wiped out the capital ship of the Mind Flayer fleet.
And then we descended upon a planet where we were confronted by both the general, who was a Mind Flayer in disguise, who got barbecued, and the actual ruler at the time, the king of Lakshay, who, after battling with his mech against mine, decided to go mano a mano, and with a little bit of a friend, we were able to defeat him in front of everybody's eyes thanks to Doxy's camera. And now, how do we rebuild?
That is a very good question. Rest of the crew. There has been a week since the events of our last game. After the fall of the usurper of Nobunaga and his Mind Flayer general in disguise. Mind Flayer in disguise. General Mind Flayer in disguise. Whatever. You get the gist of it. After their fall, the people of Lakshay, having heard about your victory, having seen, or at least having had secondhand knowledge of what transpired, were quick to rally to your cause. Most of the population, the non-fighting members of the population, had been made aware due to the Whisper campaign for quite some time now, almost a month, that something was about to go down. Communications were in disarray, the entire infrastructure of the government was just lagging and behind on so many things. A sort of mild annoyance towards the governing body of the planet could be felt. And when Gideon presented the rightful heir to the Lakshayan throne, like I said earlier, a lot of people were quick to kneel, figuratively, to Eddard Cade. The soldiers on the front lines took a bit more time to be reached, though they were quite busy with the help of Amenot and the Knights of the Sepulchre, accompanied in his role as heavy artillerist, the Void Dragon Volans. They suffered minimal casualties. You will have learned during the past week that Amenot reports that only 2 knights died. And those that died actually died through, like, misfortune more than anything. The Death Ward was activated, they came back at 1 hit point, like, mechanically speaking, and then got shot again, like, promptly. Or something exploded nearby. It was just a fluke, for the most part. On their end, anyway. Volans was wounded. Not gravely so. But the orcs that were left on the planet quickly sought to put down the dragon, even going so far as to ignore the human fighters and the rest of the Lakshayan force. The Mind Flayers were dealt with through the Night Sepulchre and their new harnesses that Doxy had made, rendering them immune to psychic damage and to possession. For now, after a week, the planet has been cleared of most of the enemy forces. Small pockets of resistance are still active in remote corners. The knights are leading daily and nightly assaults on those fortified positions. But otherwise, you could consider that 90% of the planet is under control. The Illithid fleet, after you blew up their capital ship, left to rejoin the Elder Brain and the Mothership. Like I said last week, the orcs had left to pillage other planets. It is up to you what you will want to do with them. But that leaves the 4 of you. And my question to you all, what have you been doing this week?
Well, Doxy would be coordinating efforts with the government, like those that have been kind of put into place into government positions for like relief efforts. So and also, I guess, like shoring up the defenses. So kind of making it less easy to penetrate the Lakshay defenses, like the way that he did.
their entire system was very archaic.
Yeah.
And that help by your parents, Doxy, that's something you can easily do within a week.
Yeah, so I would basically like get them ready to potentially hold off an onslaught from the main Illithid fleet, and make like kind of set up systems for relief of the citizens. So like making sure that they had better warning systems for getting to shelters and all that kind of stuff.
Cool. Can you make just a straight intelligence check?
Yes, I can. That is a 19.
Yeah, it's
Because it's just +5, right?
Yep. It's not going to cover the entire planet because, of course, like such an endeavor would take more than a week to implement something like that. But most of the major population centers are ready and covered. So they have surface-to-air missiles and other weapons, like the ones that fired at you, like the giant railgun. Ready to strike, automated even, so that you don't need to have people left outside. And the military...
They have manual failsafes, but they can be automated.
Yeah, their default operation now is automated.
Yeah.
Like, it's all done remotely. But anybody can grab the gun and use it if they so wished.
It's like, well, this makes my life a little easier just in case.
Yes, you, as the mastermind behind everything, have access to all
backdoor.
Yes.
Excuse me, mastermind is my title?
And you can easily, concentrate the entire planetary defense grid against a single threat if you wanted to. However, just so you know, smaller crafts like like Lola, for example, or even up to a certain extent the Lakshain frames, some of them anyway, they can slip through.
Okay.
But anything such as the size of a dropship, of a capital ship, a corvette, a transport, like those things, like even the Scarlet Trust could be shut down by your defense system.
Cool.
But smaller than that.
Basically, fighters are fine, transports are not.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
In terms of like mechanical terms, anything that is size small for a spaceship can go through. Some medium size can.
Very well. I think my work here is done.
Gideon, over the course of the week, would have met with you, Doxy. And I have a request for you.
Yes, what is it?
This is my best Gideon impression.
You're doing well.
I know you and Rosemary are close.
Yes.
She has worked on Lakshay for quite some time. She knows how to handle herself, and also she knows how to operate many of the systems here. As someone who has spent a lot of time with you,
Yes.
before I ask her, I wanted to know if she had an important role to play in the events to come.
Well, I mean, actually, I was going to ask her if, because I want her to be safe, and I know we're going to. I don't know what's going to happen. So, if you're asking me. Yes, I mean,
I would like her to be an advisor here.
I think that's wise, and I'll return for her when I'm done.
I do hope you will return.
Me too.
Foreshadowing.
Thank you, Doxy. And he will ask Rosemary. And yes, over the course of the week, Rosemary will accept reluctantly, but in her words, I'm not much of a fighter. I would rather stay behind. I think I've seen enough action. And it's not the same as paintball or laser tag in the holodeck.
Oh yes. Well, that's always a lot of fun. Well, I don't know what's going to come, so hopefully we can do that again soon.
Yes. Yeah.
And I kind of go in.
She
let's-
jumps on you, arms around your neck,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
giant kiss on your mouth.
Oh.
Where?
Yeah, he Doxy returns the enthusiasm, like, was sheepish at first, but like her enthusiasm was intoxicating.
It is also that moment that the camera pans out, and we see in the distance your parents and their pet intellect devourer watching.
Oh dear.
That said, Captain, what have you been up to during the past week?
All right. Well, Zindak, he's got these handy eyes of another world, and that allows him to root out things such as mind flayers and the infected quite efficiently, as I can just see right through the fleshy disguises. So I'm going to be using my skills of investigation along with my handy new eyes to root out mind flayers and those who might not necessarily be the most loyal to our good King Edit.
Up until you said those who are not the most loyal, I was like, that's cool. And now you've just turned into the thought police.
No, it's more of like those who are actively conspiring against.
Yeah, those that would have sided with the usurper, those loyalists.
Exactly. Those who are looking for a second revolution.
Can you make an investigation check during that week?
I'll allow it. Let's see here. Investigation. What did I do?
Oof.
I might be using my. Oh, yeah, I'll stick with that.
Yeah. You've rooted out multiple mind flayer cells with the help of the Night Sepulchres. You basically would identify them, and the Knights would come in and clean up behind you. One thing that you will have discovered in the course of that week is several actually makeshift radio devices. It doesn't take long for you and the crew to establish that these devices, while they do act like radios, they're only conduit for psychic energy. Basically, they enhance the range of a telepath's power exponentially. Clearly, whoever was on the ground on Lakshay, those that are still loyal to the Mind Flayers or still under their sway, they've been communicating with gods know what. Otherwise, everything went relatively smoothly for you. You've thoroughly cleansed the capital and made your way to some other key locations that the Lakshayan or Gideon would have suggested. things that are key to in supporting the new rule and everything.
Okay. So, lot cleaner then.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Avandra would have followed you and done a bit of investigation of her own and helped clean out other cells of loyalists. Since she can't really see like who's possessed and who's actually a mind flayer, she focused more on the underworld in her case.
Okay. Awesome. I like that.
Anything else that or did you busy yourself traveling the globe?
Yeah, I mean, well, so how much time did the investigation
It's a week.
take?
Oh, I mean, that's something that you would have done, a couple hours a day, if not more. Like, I mean, sometimes you were in transit for hours at a time.
Yeah.
Traveling from one place on Lakshay to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything else that you wanted to do, or just focusing on that side of your work was enough?
Focusing mostly on that. There would have probably been some moments with Avandra as well. And I mean, that's pretty much going to be the main things there.
Okay.
And maybe studying some more true name magic as I'm as part of this level, I've replaced some more of my spells with true naming.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Kabachet.
First thing I'm going to do is ensure that the hospitals are up to her standards, and then begin mass inoculations against the population and determining the best possible way to ensure that this, army that we've appropriated can actually survive the coming onslaught.
Can you make a standard wisdom check for me?
Of course I can. I can do this as soon as things work. Come on. That one.
So, one of the things that you have discovered in the week is that the main, like the biggest hospital, the one that was in the capital, was not destroyed but ransacked prior to your landing on the planet. Something happened, you discover over the course of the week, that at some point the general had many of the soldiers go in the hospital and clean it of every resource available and shove it all to the front, which they've done in various places. The hospitals are understaffed, they're lacking in basic materials. Fortunately for you, there are enough, like, nano factories, I guess, to recreate the vaccine. Like, that becomes, common, just like flu medicine. It'll take more than a week, of course, to inoculate the entire planet. But following, Zandak in his steps, you can easily go to other population centers, and while Doxy is setting up like networks of defense systems and communications, Zandak is clearing out what remains of the loyalists. You establish or have established multiple like temporary hospitals in many places.
I think it's also because she's learned to work with a very, she much prefers her personal med lab that Doxy has spec'd out for her to her specifications, but she has worked in some of the worst conditions possible beforehand, so she's going to also be teaching people, like, okay, well, you don't have this, but you do have these three things, and I will teach you how to, as this, human term that you may have heard of, MacGyver this situation.
Yes. The lone hero MacGyver, who saved the verse using nothing but an elastic, chewing gum, and a
And a
hairpin.
paperclip.
Yeah.
Paperclip. BT dubs. Yes, MacGyver works most of the time.
That said, over the course of the week, Gideon would have approached you, actually, Gideon and Aminot. With... Well, I will leave you to it. And Gideon turns and leaves Aminot with you. Aminot says, I wanted to thank you for everything that you did.
You're welcome.
The Knights and I will not be following you wherever you're about to go. Wherever that is. There is still work to be done on Lakshay. And other planets in the system are in danger.
You have to go to work.
Yes. We've been told by Volans to ask you if he could accompany us.
I think, like, there's this pause because I figure the first thing she'd found out, like, once Volans was hurt, is she would go running to check on Volans and, like, heal him and see how he's doing. And, like, it's like, you're going to make sure he doesn't get hurt again, right?
We have put a few engineers at work trying to devise a energy shield or an armor of some sort for the dragon. One for intimidation purposes, but also for protection.
Well then, if Volans wishes to go, then he can go.
Volan said that the orcs were quite tasty, and likes to gobble up those little brains on legs.
Well, you know, as long as he's having fun.
I think he does. I hope to see you again, Katesh.
You know where to find me, I'm not.
Yes.
You always know where to find me.
Here. I wanted you to have this. And he hands you the disc that leads to his pocket plane.
She'll hold on to it and turn to him and say, well, then I know you're going to come find me. You're going to come back for this, at least.
I was more thinking about you coming back to give it back, but I figure I can hound you down if I need to.
Well, I don't know. We've been playing chase for 30 years. You still haven't found me yet, unless I wanted you to.
Well, once everything is said and done, let's make sure that you make it easier on me.
I think I might be making it very loud and very public to make it easier on you.
Good then.
Are you taking Peter with you?
Yes.
Family bonding, I'm so happy for you.
The boy needs a lot of discipline. And while I don't necessarily approve of his religious choices, the choices he made are his. And I can respect that.
See, you're doing better already.
Yes.
Don't worry. You'll be able to find me. I'll be waiting. As I told you, it's always been yours. It's here when you want it.
And he approaches you to rub his beak on yours.
Yeah, she'll embrace him and kind of have that linger moment. And as she draws her hand away, you just see the slightest touch of the void because she she literally casts warding on his armor.
What does warding do?
She uses a glyph of warding to cast on his armor. And she doesn't. She says, if you get in real trouble, just call home. You can always come back.
I have your frequency. I will not soon forget it.
No, just call it out. You'll be able to get there.
Good.
She uses a glyph of warding to cast Ward of Recall on his armor.
Okay. Duly noted.
Figuring that he'll grab anybody he can.
That said, Your Highness.
Oh, I'm like, it's way above my league, and there's like papers everywhere. Still in the same clothes, just.
You're
I have the
slouched on the
conspiracy
throne.
board behind me with strings. I am not handling this well.
You actually have a how-to book that I wrote you earlier.
How to King for Dummies.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that.
Yes.
And Kebichat had given you a small votive for the void. It's like, we've shown that the gods favor you. Just keep it visible. It's fine.
It's like somewhere visible.
Little
There
pack.
have been so many sycophants that came to you.
Brown nosers.
Yes.
What a bunch of sickos.
They, bowed low, kneeled, beg your forgiveness for they did not back your father when the coup happened.
They're still alive from that?
No, their ancestors chose wrong and brought shame to their family. And they hope that now, through your generosity and well-being and blah, blah, blah.
My god, I want to shoot them already.
Yeah, Gideon makes short work of a lot of them.
He literally shoots them or shoots them?
Some are imprisoned. According to Gideon, he knows who sided with and who didn't. Actually, there were already in the first week 2 attempts on your life. Both attempts were thwarted by Anders.
Nice.
It's been a time. And after a few days, Gideon takes you aside and says, "Boy,
Oh, Gideon voice.
boy, listen,
Damn it, he's got a war now. He's just...
boy." And he points somewhere, and like you're instinctively forced to shoot a bow at where he points. Eddard, you're doing well, despite what you think. Ruling a nation is hard. Ruling a planet is even harder. But I know politics weren't your forte. You can leave that to me. I will ensure that this planet is set on the right path. At least the one your father would have liked. At any point, if you feel that I've overstepped my bounds, you let me know. And I will gladly step down, let you take the reins again.
I will make sure not to land a giant mech in the courtyard.
Yes, they're still retrieving the pieces of Nobunaga's mech. Speaking of, I have a present for you.
Okay.
And he brings you across the palace through like some of the ruins to the armory, the royal armory. And he shows you. It's towards the end of the week because it's taken a lot of time, but what the royal armorers were able to do. You see Nobunaga's armor.
Not the mech, his actual armor.
The actual armor. The actual armor he was wearing. Let me grab you his the stat. Yep. It is considered a +1 plate mail. So it boosts your AC to 19. Flat. Plus shield. And that's it. But it comes equipped with this. And he picks up a small, like, remote. That, because Nobunaga was unable to do an action, he never actually pulled it out and could not use it. But this is a failsafe for the armor. If anything was to happen to you, the remote is linked to your vital system, your vital organs, or your vital signs. Yeah, they're linked to your vital signs. If your vitals stop, the armor explodes. It does not damage the wearer. It sends a shroud of shrapnel in every direction. That way it ensures that if someone was to get the better of you, you can make it explode.
I thought you were about to say they put the last word in this freaking armor.
No. But you can always activate it as an action.
That is incredible. Did he have that on himself, or was that crafted by the armorers?
No, that Nobunaga had it on him. Basically, mechanically speaking, it's a fireball at your feet. So 8d6 points of damage. It counts as piercing and not fire. But yeah.
Okay. That is dangerous.
Yeah. Here's the kicker. If you survive, let me show you. And he removes everyone from the armory, closes the door, and hands you the remote. He says, "Go ahead, boy."
Boop.
Boom.
I think the moment you said go, I already pressed it.
The armor shatters into 1,000 pieces. And then you notice the pieces slowly begin to vibrate and move closer to one another.
Oh god, it's a T-1000 armor.
Infuse. He says it takes a day, roughly 24 hours. But the armor will be as new. I don't know what technology enabled this. I believe it might be from outside this verse. But it is yours for the taking, if you will. Spoils of war and all that.
I'll gladly accept it.
Cool, come back in a day.
Okay. I have a ton of paperwork to go through still, and I still have to find a way to stabilize the planet. We've done much, but there's still much to be done.
Yes. We have some survivors, a bunch of farmers from the lowlands. They would like to trade their sheep for bricks.
Catan, nice.
Took a while.
Do we have roads though?
Yes.
Yes.
What about the bandits? Are they already in play?
No.
We're good.
No, because one of your captain has taken it upon himself to start a one-man crusade against this entire planet. And he is succeeding.
I wouldn't put past him to succeed completely.
That said, the week passes, and you end up being called by Saskia to the war room inside the palace.
Which is not a kitchen this time.
It is an actual war room with an actual table and a red telephone.
I mean, I made a pretty amazing war table, considering all I had was a kitchen table at first.
Yes. This one is a straight, regular table. Nothing fancy about it. No electronics.
With minis on it and like, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
People
Is there
pushing
is there a
it
war? Is there a wall behind with the entire map of the verse and somebody on a ladder just sliding across and moving pins about where
Yes.
trick movements
Yes.
It kind of looks like that, yes.
are? Cool. Every World War II movie ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring in a tray of sandwiches because there's always been sandwiches in our war room. Why not here?
Oh, Your Highness. You are shooed away from the kitchen. You are asked how many sandwiches you want, if you want them with crust or not. And everything. You do not carry a tray around, Your Highness.
Whoever this is, I might just fight them.
You have people. It's an 8-foot tall alligator person.
Damn it! Can't fight that.
Change your name to Steve Irwin, quick.
But definitely, refreshments are brought. By the way, while you were on the planet, for what it's worth, consider that from now on until the end of the campaign, you are under the effect of the Hero's Feast spell.
That was
Sweet.
one hell of a sandwich tray.
It's bologna sandwiches, Skittles, and orange fizzy pop.
And cherry cordials.
And of course,
Yeah, I was.
Lakshay was introduced to cherry cordials a week ago.
They fell in love. See,
BMI of Lakshay has increased by 20% over the week.
They call it a Acadian drink.
Nice.
It's all the rage now. Acadian.
See, I'm a head of industry. I brought in work.
You brought in
Right?
new booze.
Shut up. It works.
So you enter the room. Saskia is there. Of course, Aminot, Chet, Doxy's parents. Rosemary in a new tailored suit. Lightly
Damn.
armored. But she is wearing a skirt that ends like just above the knee, with pockets, a off-white blouse with suspenders, and a jacket over it. The jacket actually looks armored, like padded in some area. Her hair is bundled up in a chignon, and she has like librarian glasses on. She looks very serious, and Doxy reminds you of you in a way. She has 3 hard light monitors on display from a wristwatch that she rapidly scrolls through and swipes and types things on a mini keyboard.
I see she's learning the.
The way of the hard
Yes.
light.
Actually, behind the scenes, Rosemary is now a level 1 gadgeteer.
Yeah.
Now, as a quick aside, where's Twitch?
The ship explodes.
Found him.
No. The
But
planet
Do you
explodes.
ask that to everyone at the table?
Yes. Where's Twitch?
All you hear is mumble, shrug. I thought you were watching him. I think I saw him last week. He was in the ship. He was not in the ship last night.
Okay. How about we find Twitch? Because he still has a god inside of his chest. That might be important. Just passing thought.
I mean, I could try to locate him. He is technological,
Do you have a way of?
or they are in technological.
Did you plant something on him?
I mean, most technology has an outgoing signal.
Good point. Do you?
Have I not already put a tracer on him?
Yeah,
at
I mean,
some
there's
point?
There's like 2 or
Tracer on
3.
Activate the "Where's my Twitch?"
yeah.
Well,
Um,
for me, it's an early warning device to know when to get the fuck out.
Twitch is about 12 hours away from you. Like 700 miles.
But where?
Is our
Um,
ship still there?
Yes, Twitch is moving at a walking pace. Doxy, because of your extensive work in the communications area of this planet, you can easily use some of the satellites to pinpoint the location where he is and enhance.
Enhance.
Yes.
Nice.
There's a throng of people behind him.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh god. He's got a following.
Kevichet just kind of blows through her fingers and then flicks them out. Twitch, darling, you're late for supper. We are concerned about you. Where are you? And she casts Sending at Twitch.
Oh, hey. I made friends. People listen to me now. I do things. Did you know? I touched a blind guy and he could see. I think I'm becoming a wizard.
And while that's happening, Doxy's like speculating. Do you think Twitch has started a cult? I
you
mean,
think
he's always
Twitch
been a
is a
little bit
god?
strange.
He's started a cult. He has definitely started a cult. Well then, do we need him here immediately?
I mean, if we do that, we're gonna leave his flock behind, and that might cause him to be slightly unhappy. With his newfound power, I don't know how bad it could get.
Do we want people worshiping him?
How many people are currently worshiping him?
What is the image like?
The ends.
Yeah,
12
no,
people.
no.
I guarantee it's 12 people.
It's I'm trying to figure out a throng how many people that is.
Swear if it's 12.
No, it's more than 12.
It's anywhere from 100 to 250.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's roughly 100 and something. Yeah.
Do they look like that they're bringing... Are they anywhere near civilization?
Right now they're walking from one city to another, so they're going through like a highway system, and they're blocking traffic. All of the followers are holding data pads
Of course they are.
and talking through them.
Oh dear.
Are they streaming it? By way of Twitch?
Ah, the
Has,
meta.
no. Has
The
Twitch
meta.
started a god mall?
A what?
Oh god.
Okay.
Justin,
Is?
Twitch is a god mall preacher.
Oh no.
Let's round them all up. Let's get them off my highway system
I don't
into a camp of sort. I'm pretty sure we can figure something out on that front. And let's see if we can get Twitch here.
Aminot nods and says he'll bring him back.
Thank you.
And as he leaves the door, the room, the sliding door closes behind him, and you can just barely hear him shout in his communicator, "Prep the dragon."
Oh god, what? Is the dragon the name of his ship?
I think the dragon's Volon's, guys.
Saskia steeples her fingers, puts her elbows on the table, and looks at the rest of you and says, "It's been a week. The mind flayers have been silent. I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign.
You're welcome.
What about those radio things that you guys retrieve? Is that supposed to receive a signal from outer space?
It's from
Or
what
was
our
that just-
specialists were able to ascertain. These devices are senders, not receivers. But you need someone able to speak telepathically to use them. And so far, we have none of that on Lakshay.
Give it a shot.
Yes.
Are you able to send anything telepathically? I mean, I guess message or sending, right?
Of course.
Pull out
I
my
don't know.
book with like 1,000 bookmarks.
Well,
Right.
I mean, I also have the remote piloting system that uses thoughts.
Yes, but that's not the same kind of thing. Here's the problem. To do this, I have to take this off. And she kind of holds her hand up with the ring on it. That leaves me open to anything that happens.
Let's not do that. We need you in tip-top shape. I was wondering if it's possible for us to triangulate their position.
Well,
Although it's not it's not a receiver, so
it doesn't matter. It's going to be sending out data, but the point is the data that it's sending is telepathic. So it's not going through any wires or over any.
I mean,
measurable
still-
distance.
it's still a signal. It's just a different type of signal. Can I use my Omni tool and sensors to try to detect a signal that's being transmitted from this device?
I would say make a technology check,
Okay.
please. While I look up something at the same time.
Let's see. Where'd my character sheet go? There it is. Technology. That is a 23.
Okay. So in order for this signal to be detected, it needs to be in use. You have the technology to capture the signal, trace it back, even though it's based off of a technology that is completely alien to your side of the verse. With that check, you're able to MacGyver something to add on to those. Let's call them helmets, circlets, to essentially eavesdrop on where the signal is going.
Okay.
However, you still need someone with telepathy to be able to use it.
Do we know anyone that has telepathic powers?
Oh, there are a bunch of people that do. Anyone who can cast sending can use telepathic powers, but I'm thinking that there's a certain individual who owes us a favor.
I don't. The tower?
No.
No.
Are you talking about Space Matthias?
Space Modius?
Because I don't want him back on this plane of existence ever.
He's already in this plane of existence.
Cast
God,
sending
I
to Space
guess.
Modius?
He's currently in Space Angeles, solving crimes with a detective.
Yes, I heard about his jazz club. I really do want to go, actually. I think there might be some very nice music that attends. I think it would be a very pleasant evening. But
It's called
Making reference to
Spucks.
Lucifer, right?
Yeah, because we determined that Space Medeus looks like
it's
a Tom
Tom
Ellis.
Ellis.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Totally.
Splux is the name of his club.
No.
But yes. Who?
Space, everything starts with Spa.
Well, I mean, we can deal with Space Medeus if we wish to,
Well- Who were you thinking of?
Well, there's also Whitney.
Oh, I didn't know she had.
But I don't really feel.
If she has
Actually,
sending, she can do that.
Yes, However, I'm going to turn to Whitney. How do you feel being exposed to the mind flayers? I wouldn't want you to do something that you're not comfortable with.
Hey, he's learned to ask her permission before making plans about it.
I hate you so much.
If we don't have a choice, I guess I can do it.
But here's the answer. If the both of us work on this together, one of us can be at least monitoring the other, and ensure that if anything goes wrong, the other can respond in kind at the appropriate moments. Correct?
Okay.
I think if we do this, I do this, and then you stand there, and if I start to go really kind of strange, you knock me out.
Okay.
And then put the ring back in my hand.
Okay. I can do that. Do you want to do that here?
And she kind of glances around where there's like giant walls of maps and battle plans all laid out. Maybe not.
I mean, we can definitely just change it to like Space Minecraft or something. They don't know. What?
Yeah, Space Minecraft is called StarCraft. You can
Wait.
you
There
can
might be
go
some
to another
copyright
room
issue
easily.
Right there.
And there are many rooms in the palace that have been disused due to, you know, a mecha exploding from the basement.
Oh, the rebel.
Yeah.
Well, look, no, the captain has something to fix that.
The rubble?
Yeah, yes, he can fix these things quite quickly, actually. He gets very frustrated that he can't use it on his ship, but I'm pretty sure he can do it on a building.
Oh yes, I cast Greater Mending. Yes, I can finally use this spell. Damn it!
Why didn't you use it on the ship?
I forgot it. I forgot I had it because it's been sitting on my character sheet for months.
So, some rooms of the palace have been repaired thanks to greater mending and the efforts of Anders. That didn't do anything.
Oops, wrong one. That's the one. Oh, God damn it.
What are you doing?
Yeah, it takes a lot of time because it's basically, you know, putting everything back together, then mending it, then putting it back to another one, then mending it. But at some point, like, it becomes too big for the spell to work, and thus you have to ask, like, masons or engineers or whatever you to fix it. Construction workers.
Just the components, man. It's gonna be expensive.
Why?
2 lodestones?
Oh, isn't that like magical kind of stones, or am I thinking?
No.
They're
of something
magnets.
Yeah.
else? Oh. I think I was thinking about like the IOUN.
Oh, the iron stones.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
no,
what I was-
those would be very, very expensive. To destroy 2 rare magical items for greater mending?
I didn't know.
No, that's okay. But yes, you can easily find another room with Whitney to do it. My question is, who do you send to?
Don't say the big brain. That's gonna backfire. Oh my god. Okay.
Yes, do it.
I mean, it's the only person she could scry again on the ship before she casts sending at it. But the
Is it
only
a
person,
ship?
well, assuming that it's part of the fleet, right?
Well, it's not the same ship that you scried on to put the bomb in.
Exactly. So she'd have to scry again.
Yeah.
So the only person that she knows that exists that she wouldn't have to scry again on is the Elder Blade.
Okay.
So what do you want her to do? Just scry and see if she can find another target?
That is up to you.
She would ask the crew.
Well, I mean, do you have to scry on an illithid, or can it be any? Or sorry, sending is the spell.
Well, of course, I need to. You need to track the sending. You need to track the telepathic communication from this item, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And this item is connected. Was reported back to the assumed lithid, mind flayers, whatever, by the people that our good captain managed to root out in their obviously poorly planned rebellion.
Yes.
So they're reporting to someone with at least some authority. I mean, I guess I could describe. Hey, and Captain, do you happen to have an image of the individuals that you rooted out in this poorly planned rebellion?
And I just immediately like flick a data pad, and all of my targets appear.
A lot
many
of
of my
them are
citizens.
dead already.
Dude, well, I mean, that's not what she needs. She needs that image to go to say, I need this person and who they were reporting to, and use that as her description for scrying. Does that make sense?
You
Sorry.
want to scry to that person?
No, I want to. So, for example, let's use a mob movie for example, because it works. I know Michael is connected, right? We caught Michael. The cops have Michael. I need to be able to describe Michael and to say that I want to scry on the person that Michael was sending information to. Does that make sense?
So you want to message one of those people and ask them, who were you talking to? And then use that information to get to the person.
She may not even have to talk to them. She just use that descriptor as her scry. It would make the DC higher, but unless you want me to scry on someone in particular, guys.
Who's the most connected, still living person?
The tower.
Yeah.
No, sorry, most connected person that I've locked up.
They're honestly pretty much all on the same scale. They say that they speak to the mothership.
Is there a particular name in that individual you speak to on the mothership? Did we manage to get that? I'm sure there are some people that might be able to assist with that. I could assist with that.
It's all of them, and you discover that quite quickly going through those that are still surviving. They know jack shit.
Okay, but
For
they have
all
a
intents and
name?
purposes, they could be speaking to someone else on Lakshay and not know about it.
So, do I try and scry on this, or do I just, message that elder brain?
I believe if you message the other brain, the backlash is going to be quite severe.
Well, I mean, does sending have a backlash?
I mean, he can respond to me.
Is that the goal?
If you want to trace this signal.
What if?
But then the signals is going to you.
No, but it's going through the communication device, right? Aren't you tracing the communication?
Well, yes, of course, but I guess I'm trying to understand the mechanics of it.
Basically, she'd have the circlet on, cast sending, and you would be able to piggyback on the sending to see where it's going. Is that what I understand? Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
effectively.
Well, why not return the ring to protect you, and also you have the stabilizer.
Well, if I can't do any. Well, no, I can cast with the ring on. I can
Yeah.
cast sending with the ring on. Okay, so
Yeah.
then she's leave that on. All right then, but she still wants Whitney there as like backup
back?
if-
Yeah.
all right.
because there's no one else here who's a caster, right?
Well,
I
Anders is.
I mean, okay, then you and Whitney as backup.
I mean, I do have this, and like Doxy's device just turns into like a taser, and it's like. So worst case scenario.
Doxy, I'm pretty sure that if worst case scenario, that wouldn't stop me.
Well, and then like he pulls out like this thing that just like into like a giant bubble. I could just toss you in that.
We'll see. All right,
The hamster ball, yeah.
if if the captain is willing to be there and Whitney is willing to be there, I'll you wear the circlet. We'll cast sending through the circlet. You can trace all of the information, and if things go wrong, the two of them are there to stop me from doing something crazy. Does that meet with your Majesty's approval? Oh wait, we can't call you that yet. We haven't finished your coronation. Oh wait, we have to add that to the list.
Oh, goodness gracious. Doxy, can I have a hard light crown, please?
It's not a coronation. It's just putting a crown on your head.
Doxy summons a light forge, and it's like, 1 moment, please, and like quickly forges a crown because he can do that.
Jesus. While you do that, the girls go into a separate room with Enders. And
I really don't like this sentence.
Hey, I don't want to be in trouble with the Vondra later.
um,
I hear she's good with poison, and I can't take that risk.
what is your message for sending?
She figures it has to be something appropriate to garner attention of something like the Elder Brain. So she's going to do what she does best. Piss off authority figures. In a very polite manner.
Yeah, she's real good at that.
She is. So... terribly sorry about that. Wait, was it a cruiser? What kind of ship did we blow up?
Capital ship.
About that capital ship. Looks like Lakshay isn't available to you anymore. Looking forward to meeting you in person.
I think it cuts off right before person. You send the message out.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not activate the circlet.
Okay. But do I get a response? Because I still cast sending.
Yeah, you don't get a response back.
Oh, well. Well, that didn't work. Anyone else know any... Do you know any other kind of telepathy?
Okay, Simon.
Hmm?
I have this thing that I haven't really gotten to use much. It's a Star Gnome ability. Whenever you make an intelligence technology check to identify old magical technology, you can add twice your proficiency bonus instead of your proficiency bonus. That stuff. Would this be classified as old magical technology?
Yes.
All right. Can I identify this technology and then use that to potentially use my other ability, my engineering ability, to create a device to force a signal to the last sender or last reception?
You want to star 6-9 this thing?
Yeah.
You can definitely try.
Yes. Okay.
It's already been identified, though. Because you've identified it with earlier.
Sure.
You know what it does. So with your engineer thing, I would say it's a tad beyond like the basic engineer feature. So I'll say make a technology check, and you can use twice your proficiency bonus on that.
Oh, okay. So question for you. If I already have expertise in technology...
Well, then it stays as is.
Oh, okay. So I wouldn't get a base of 20 for my technology.
No.
I'm just clarifying.
There are limits.
I mean,
Unlimited power.
Unlimited power. My base roll is 20. What do I get? I will ask Rosemary for assistance if that's okay.
All right.
I mean, if you're sitting there with her, Kebuchet will cast guidance on you.
Oh, excellent! Yeah.
I will tell you right now that DC is rather high.
That's why I'm getting a lot of assistance if I can. Okay, so I'm doing a technology check.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That's 13 plus 15 is 28.
That's too short.
Yeah. I got a 9 on the roll, even with advantage. That's a bummer.
So
Did you roll the D4?
I did. It was plus 4, so that's why.
You
I know. 13 plus 15.
you create a device. Essentially, you create a really cool device. You create a sending stone.
It lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah. But as as your group has found before, sending is not enough for this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh wait. Can my AI companion help with this? Hold on. No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, bummer. That didn't work. As like, I mean, and like hands off, like, well, this is cool. We'll use this later. And I hand it off to.
Wait, I
the captain.
I thought your AI companion made sure that you couldn't roll below a 10?
No,
It goes
it's,
up as you level.
it's whenever you make an intelligence technology check, you can treat the result as a 10 or your gadgeteer level plus your intelligence modifier, whichever is higher. That doesn't couple with my proficiency, does it?
Okay, well
No,
that's 14 plus 5. That's 19 is your base.
No. If so, his 14 plus 5. Yeah, sorry, 19 is his base. Yeah, if you roll lower than 19, she is correct. You just treat it as a 19. So not the roll, but the result. So what's your current modifier to technology?
My current modifier is 15, so it's like
15. So yeah, if you roll a 1 through a 4, it's a 19.
right. Okay.
Okay, so you can never roll under 19, basically.
Yes.
The result, not the roll, to clarify.
Yeah, okay, the result. But it's not enough in this case anyway.
Nope. Oh wait, do I have a thing? No, that's no Miss Cunning. Sorry, I'm just like, how can I make this work? I was so close. Anyway, nope. I think that's it. I'm just gonna
Alright.
accept the failure.
Well, I mean, I set it at DC 30 for a reason. You're trying to...
No, I mean it's totally reasonable.
You're recreating
it's an
a
impossible
brain.
Well, I'm trying to like return to sender.
Yeah, you're trying to return to telepathic. Question, because I can't find out at the moment and it won't open for me. Do we have any wizards available who can cast telepathy?
I mean, I could reach out to the tower.
I don't like them. They make me they creep me out.
You
But
did notify us.
They're the one that
where he
helped
was,
us.
right?
Yeah.
You remember how you said he was a Little Lich?
No.
Yes, but he also
He's
helped
a
us.
Little Lich.
Doxy's like, I don't see the problem.
Undead cleric. Undead cleric.
Yes, but you're the cleric of the void. I mean,
The Void really doesn't like things that cheat death.
okay.
And a Lich is cheating death. A lot. It doesn't go in the natural order of things at all.
Doxy just kind of like, fine.
Also,
fine.
tentacles. Not loving the tentacles on the face.
Doxy just kind of steps away and it's like, well, I mean, I understand, but we have to find a way.
And telepathy, for clarification, is not a cleric spell, correct?
No, it's not. It's an 8th level wizard spell.
Surreptitiously, Doxy's going to send a communication to the tower.
I knew it.
You
Okay,
receive an immediate
wait. Can I see if I notice?
Oh my god.
I'd say, what's your passive perception, Kebachat?
A 20.
All right, that
Damn.
would be a sleight of hand check from Doxy.
I'm gonna have to get a pretty high roll. It's a 6.
So you notice Doxy sending a message.
Really? Really?
What? I'm not doing anything. I'm just writing an email.
Yes, I know exactly who you're writing an email
A
to.
female.
No.
You called.
Yes, we've hit a bit of a snag. You see, we're trying to find what we've been looking for this entire time.
I'll be there in a jiffy.
No, he won't.
And the door opens,
No, it doesn't.
and in comes. The palace isn't warded.
Yes, it is. If she's been there for a week, fuck yes, it is.
The palace
The
isn't
palace is
warded. You're
in-
not. I'm sorry, you didn't tell me anything.
You didn't-
during that
Fine.
week.
The ship is warded. The ship is warded all the hell.
But yes, in comes an old man with a wavy beard, a long robe, and a pointy hat.
Tower!
Little man.
Little itch.
Bird.
They know who you are, but
Oh. Oh, I don't need this anymore.
well, not everyone.
And then, like, the rest of the people in the room freak out. Saskia pulls out a gun.
Wait, hold
Avandra
on.
pulls out 2 pistols. Rosemary
He's-
hides under a table.
He's helped us in the past. It's okay.
The, like, shriveled husk of an illithid face with, like, the skin stretched out. The tentacles barely wriggling as it speaks. I thought you said everyone.
Well,
My bad.
I may have been a bit hasty with that. I meant the crew knew.
Whatever.
Sorry, everyone. Stay calm. Stay calm.
And they reassume the old man persona. Mer.
It was just an old joke that we, used to play. It's fine. So yes. Well, we found this, and I tried to understand where it was sending signal to, but I couldn't quite figure it out. And I know you have some experience with this technology, so I figured I'd give you a call. And I'm like directing towards the device that we've been trying to tinker with.
What does it do?
Well, supposedly it's a communication system, an array, I suppose, with those here connected to, we believe, the Elder Brain.
You know I've disconnected myself from the Elder Brain.
Yes.
So what would have happened if you tried to telepathically communicate with it? Would it just take you back over?
That's a good question.
It would probably attempt to. My brain is somewhat of a tasty mystery to them. If the Elder Brain could know how to harness the power of undeath to survive for millennia, yeah, that could be a problem.
That is a fair point. Well, and I hold out the device, and I say, well, maybe you can help me figure this out. I feel like I'm close, but I'm missing something. And I like start going into the details of like how the device is supposed to work and connect with the Elder Brain, or with the device to like return signal. The main thing that we're trying to find is just get the last signal that was sent or received from here. And
Well,
I figured maybe your arcane knowledge may assist here.
I don't... Here's what I can do. I really don't want to put my head in there.
I totally understand.
I really don't. I can
to be
grant one
clear-
of you the boon of telepathy.
Hmm. I mean, Kebishet is the most shielded out of all of us.
Oh, is she?
Indeed. Was there something in particular you wanted to talk about?
It didn't sound ominous at all. No.
Cocks his head a bit and says, Ring of mind shielding.
It does become useful.
You will have to take it off if I am to give you telepathy. Don't worry. I don't eat brains anymore. They don't have anything to add to my diet.
Full disclosure, you do anything else other than grant me telepathy and trying to get into my mind, I will utterly destroy your existence and then every phylactery that you currently hold.
She does hold grudges, I should point out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Phylactery. That's a good one. I don't have a phylactery no more. I like to live dangerously.
I like him.
I mean, when you've lived long enough, eventually you need something to spice up the life.
Spice up life.
You know, at some point I will have to introduce you to another individual who is looking to, after long eons of existence, to spice up their life. He now has a jazz club.
Interesting. Well, that said, take off your ring.
And
Didn't even take her to dinner first? Jesus.
Yes.
the minute I do, this thing goes wrong. I'm trusting you.
All right. We'll do the thing.
She will take off the ring.
And then you hear in your mind, hello? Hello? Does this work?
Yes, it did.
Okay, good. And he approaches you and says, I will need your hand.
She's a little more hesitant about that, and she goes, "Why exactly?"
I need to touch a willing creature.
Okay, all right. Don't. Surgeon.
And he takes your hand, like, in his, and he starts caressing it with his illithid fingers and mumbles something. And in your brain, you start to hear, like, the sound of, like, static coming from a TV. And then slowly it fades out, and there's this high-pitched... 2 more subs until another level, everyone.
Nice.
There's a high-pitch noise that goes on for a few seconds, and then all of a sudden stops. And he says, that should work for so long as I maintain concentration, I guess. Let me check D&D Beyond for a second.
So maybe I should...
Lasts
What am I
for
thinking about?
24 hours. Though you can only, well, theoretically, affect me.
Oh, it's personal connection.
That's how telepathy works. But, from what I understand, you were gifted with telepathy. Thus, you could probably use the signal.
All right, then. Let's see if this works. Doxy?
Yes, and I put the device. Maybe this was the last thing that we needed, and I like attach it to Kevichet.
It looks like Kebichet is wearing a tinfoil hat.
Yes.
She just breathes
Cannon.
deeply. She breathes
it's
very,
a hu-
very deeply.
It's a hard light tinfoil hat.
I take out my phone, take a picture.
She kind of just sees that and makes it's like, You You've forgotten, Your Majesty. Your physical is tomorrow.
Tweet. What?
No, it's sweet. It's sweet.
Tweet.
I know exactly where you're supposed to be tomorrow. We've had questions about, how soon the royal family will produce an heir. You should answer
Hey,
those.
listen.
But yes, she's.
What do
like,
you do
just-
once the circlet is on you?
She side glances at Anders to make sure that he's still there, and kind of straightens up and tries to reach out through it and send to who's ever there, and she'd go, "Hello, annoying little Illithid. I'm feeling the need for calamari."
You don't hear a response. You believe that probably this object is made to only send, never receive.
Yeah.
However, when you think those words, they immediately leave your mind. So fast, in fact, that you could not repeat the same sentence twice in a row. It's as if you were, you blanked out. Every time you say a word, it blanks out of your mind, and it takes a few seconds for you to remember that, oh yes, this is a word.
Vancian language.
Basically. You're gonna have to sleep to recover half your words. That said...
At least in this language.
Yes. Doxy? The message is going straight to the void. It's crossing the planes. Something that, for all intents and purposes, in your knowledge of interplanar technology with the experiments you've made on the ship's portal and everything, clearly that technology, that circlet, is probably built from the same piece of technology that enabled the portal before. That probably more Illithid technology is based off of, or it's from a people that the Mind Flayers have enslaved at some point. However, you know it works. You know where you have the exact coordinates in the void. It would correspond. It would correspond with the center of the galaxy, where Oldun used to be. Incidentally, the same spot you were transported to by the void itself. That's where the Elder Brain is.
Basically, Doxy, as this data is coming in, he's live feeding it into a holographic or a hard light 3-dimensional display of the known verse, and then has a secondary layer that looks like kind of a mirror or a shadow of the verse, that has some known points. So one would be the place that we were transported to. It was capture, whatever data we can, and it's the signal's coming from there, and points to it correlates perfectly with the center of the verse, and where Oldun was, and then mirror to that is where the void was, right? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay. It seems that the Illithid are at the center of the void.
As soon as you kind of start talking about the fact that you have an answer, Kibachet would just go, "Have a pleasant day," and take the circlet off. And just go, that was not fun. And
you did great.
Ring, give me a ring.
Oh,
Ring,
hands
please.
the ring.
She'll slide that immediately back on.
So the middle of the void, you said?
So it would seem.
Huh. Interesting.
Any particular reason you think that's interesting?
Well, my people was never much believers in deities. Staunch atheists we are.
I mean, I can understand not worshipping, but to say that they don't exist?
No,
It's a little-
it's more of a question of if you're powerful enough, you can bestow powers upon others. You do not need to be called a deity for that. And nothing can resist the Mind Flayers and the might of the Elder Brain.
Pretty sure we did that.
Yes. Which is probably why they are where they are at the moment.
I mean,
You've been a thorn in their side. If they cut you off from your source of power,
they did try and do that. I should piss them off more often.
that said, I remember them blowing up another god.
And she kind of looks at Eddard at that point.
What? What? I didn't say anything.
Well, that's here nor there. But you have a good point. It seems time is of the essence if they're trying to cut you off from the void.
Well, if that's what they're doing, they might just be traveling the void. I mean, just like all of your ships do. I mean, just like I did to get here.
That's fair, but then again, aren't they? Like with the signal, would it like denote if there was any kind of movement or anything like that?
Barely. They are going at sublight speed.
Okay.
Like cruising.
Okay. They're not moving quickly through the void, so whatever it is, they're taking their time.
Well. Do you need
Thank
me
you-
for anything
oh, sorry.
else?
No, thank you so much. And Doxy like crafts a whatchamacallit? Kind of like a friendship ring or a friendship bracelet. It's like I wasn't ready for this last time, but I made this and like hands it to the tower.
Am I officiating a ceremony?
No, I was simply appreciating his or the tower's assistance.
Ah,
I appreciate that you appreciate my assistance. We will meet again. I'm fairly certain of it. I don't know when. You'll probably be a lot older. I won't have aged a day.
Okay. Well, thanks again.
Take your time.
No problem. So you said there's a jazz bar now. And he
Yes.
leaves through the door.
no, as he goes out, she just goes, here, his contact information, his name, this is what he looks like. If you want, I can send a sending to introduce you. Here you go.
He takes the card, looks at it, and plane shifts away.
I mean, what? You're sending him to Space Medeus?
The two of them can entertain each other, and therefore they're not our problem for the moment.
Well, sure, but they're also very clever beings. All right.
They will outwit each other until the end of time.
Oh, Kevin, you should send tell the tower to bring space chess. Space Medeus likes space chess.
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. And she kind of rubs her forehead and casts sending at the Elitha Lich, the tower, and says, you might also want to bring a 3D chess set. He apparently enjoys that.
Stop
Have
trying to make this ship happen.
Oh, it's already happening in our head.
I'm not shipping it. I'm just using the two most annoying figures who are the pain in the asses to go away.
Hashtag ship the ships.
No, there's
Yes.
that too. All
Is
all
it just me, or
vessels fly.
can I only think of the zombie Zoidberg when it comes to Elitha Lich?
Hey, that's not so bad. There's only a 3 to 8 point difference in challenge rating between the two of them.
Now fight.
So, Saskia holsters her pistol and sits back down.
Sorry about that.
I have never held my breath for so long in all my life.
Welcome
Yeah.
to my world.
Strange things happen to us a lot, so yeah.
Might I suggest margaritas?
Maybe after we're done.
Of course.
So what's our next step? Do we call upon the might of a god, or do you happen to know the personal phone number of all 42 archangels?
I mean,
Well,
I could call upon the might of a god. It doesn't guarantee that they'll answer.
apparently I'm a prophet. I don't.
Uh-huh.
So maybe.
What? I don't... You are some serious wildcards in this whole endeavor.
I mean, how long did it take us to take over a planet?
Yes, you are scaring me. In a good way, but you are scaring me. So, I will defer to you. What is your plan?
I still vote for the efficiency, but they don't like that one.
You vote for the what you said?
Efficiency. Oh, wait, Chet! Do you think you can get me another bomb?
Whoa!
I'm afraid not.
Well, that's upsetting.
I'm pretty sure our armory might have one.
An
Captain
arcane
Chet-
warhead? What?
Yeah, maybe.
I
We
mean,
know the exact location coordinates now. We could theoretically do the exact same thing to the Elder Brain. What is the problem with that?
I mean, no, I that's kind of what I did with Lola. So yeah.
And didn't we blow up a arcane warhead exactly where they currently are, or
No. We blew them up of the smaller fleet that was around Lakshay. They're currently
right with Lola? I meant.
Oh no, that was with the
Slug.
the slug brain. What?
The armory does have an arcane warhead.
Ah. Yes, that was with the slug portal.
Right, I thought
Yes.
not the same spot.
No.
Got it.
Well,
Um,
Captain, what do you think of the idea of just taking an arcane warhead and plane shifting it there and then running the fellow away?
I mean, do we know that plane shifting into not a universe even works? Because I mean, like, there's the multiverse, which I know we can plane shift within the multiverse, no problem. You know, plane of fire, whatever. But you start going into, you know, material plane, you know, beta test or whatever.
I mean, like, I
And
can
then-
walk through other planes if you really want me to. Like, I can go.
Well, there's a difference between walking between planes and realities.
But they're not
Well-
elements of reality, are they?
Well,
That's not
currently
reality.
the message was being sent to the void.
Yeah, but that's not a separate reality.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So they're in the void. They're not in.
Yeah, whoever the rebel cells were talking to, those mind flayers are in the void at the moment, at the center of the galaxy.
Okay.
The mind
so-
flayers themselves come from outside.
Mhm. Okay. But for all we know, the communication came from a hole in the void leading to this alternate reality. We just know that there's something at the center of the void.
Yes.
There are mind flayers at the center of the void.
Yes.
Okay.
What if we Well, how can we? I mean, they had a giant slug brain with a portal to get into the void from their dimension. How do we get everyone from our dimension into the void?
Alternatively, when I used the Codex in conjunction with the Stargate, we were able to peek into a ship.
That is true.
We could set an arcane warhead to a timer explosive, push it through the gate,
like we did before.
close the
Yes.
gate.
Well, I feel like there's going to be more to it than that.
I mean, do we want to try? I mean, that's our most direct path to something in regards to the mind flayers. It might not be the ones at the center of the verse, but
Captain,
in fact, we could put a tracer through first before we throw in the arcane warhead, just to see where that thing's located.
yes, but that tracer would need to be able to cross dimensions or planes of existence.
I mean,
Didn't you track, Doxy? You tracked me to another plane of existence.
Oh, that's right. Yes, but I know you. Well, no, okay. No, that's fair. Yes, okay.
You're being falsely modest again, darling.
What?
I mean, if it needs to be a creature, says Chet, don't you have a handful of Wismos?
They're my attack squad! I go and recruit their Wismos.
Oh, that's gonna end.
They're my vanguard.
It doesn't take long for the Wismos to be in full war gear with tiny black paint.
Yeah. They're like, we're ready!
Yeah.
Nice.
Like, ah! Oh my
Some of
god.
them dressed like Spartans with shield and spear.
And I mean, they're the ones that originally had like the WMD that I used with Lola. So like,
Because that was
oh my
our
God.
WMD. Excuse me, that was Anders Winsmo WMD.
But that said, if it needs to be a creature, Chet says, it can be done using a Wismo, like a noble sacrifice.
I mean,
Indeed.
So what you're trying to say is if you can figure out if you can track them, is that what you're asking? Or
I mean, I believe I can.
okay, because I have a means of just walking into there and then walking out.
Wait, what? You're doing
does
the
that
eerie
worry you?
smile, Kebashet. I don't know what that means.
Literally, I can walk into the other plane of existence and then walk out.
Well, that's dope. I mean, and
And that's
like
the typical
Doxy like pulls up a hardlight pad and just like starts making notes. I mean, if she can do it, I can do it too. I mean, there's got to be a way. And like, like starts like trying to reverse engineer the portal.
It's not a portal. I'm casting it on myself. Yeah.
Well, I'm like based upon the technology that Doxy knows of, which is
Yeah.
the portal within our ship. It's like,
Do you have an idea, Captain?
I mean, the main thing that I can only think of is, let's see where these ships are. Maybe we blow them up with an arcane warhead. If we need to, let's go to the center of the void and find out what the hell's there. I'm kind of at a loss right now.
So we should need to ask for further directions. Is that what we're saying?
I mean, what do you mean directions?
I haven't communed in a while.
Yeah, let's.
that might be wise.
Yeah, let's get some insight. I mean, if they're inside, the void probably might be able to give us some unique insight.
If it responds.
If, yes. Mm-hmm.
What if
I am concerned, Kebashet.
sending the warhead there creates
the void?
a rift?
All right, so we have a number of questions.
Arcane warhead does create a dead magic zone, maybe that's not something we want to put into the middle of the void.
All right.
Right.
So number
Considering-
one, would the arcane warhead hurt you?
Now, yes.
As she kind of starts just casting in the middle.
Oh,
Well-
she just does that, and
It's also worth mentioning that an arcane warhead, even if it didn't hit the void, a dead magic zone in the middle of an area that's both infinitesimally small and also infinitely large, yay paradoxes, could prevent void travel forever.
Yeah.
Outside of Noma ships.
All right, so we won't do that. All right then. Are the Illithid currently harming you at their present location? And she'll rattle off coordinates.
Yes.
can we enter that location with the regular ship?
It's too basic. I think.
Because
Also,
Cat.
hi Void. I don't know if I can talk to you.
He really does appreciate your assistance.
So the void's currently under attack. Oh boy.
Ooh,
Mm,
would removing the Elder Brain remove the immediate threat?
Yes. But not any Elder Brain.
She's gonna keep casting because she kind of needs to. She has one last question.
The
It's
void
like-
is currently on Do Not Disturb.
I mean, that's fair. If it's
No,
like
go
there's a
ahead.
25% chance it'll fail. But the last
Yeah.
question is the Elder Brain that we need to destroy the one that's harming you?
No.
So the one that's harming you is not the one that you currently need us to destroy. That's a problem. It means there's more than one Elder Brain we need to deal with. Eddard, you're not overly moral, are you?
What do you have in mind?
Wow.
Where I answered this?
Avandro is suddenly interested.
question? No. Down.
Everyone's eyebrows raise.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a certain morality. Yes, I'm not a depraved individual.
I mean, he is a king, Kevachet.
That's my question. Do you want to know? Do you might need plausible deniability?
Against what? Are we sending?
And she
my
kind of
own
looks at
rider?
Avandra and then looks at Saskia and kind of like raises an eyebrow. Do we need him to leave so we have plausible deniability?
Oh my! Just
Saskia says the
Oh.
galaxy's at stake. I don't really care what the ruler of Lakshay has to say.
So, would it?
Just
I
send-
mean, would it, Captain? If we could work together, we could probably put a bunch of assassins in the right place at the right time and have them all just assassinate a bunch of Elder Brains.
how big are Elder
I don't
Brains?
really see any moral qualms with that. Even
Well, assassination isn't always a pleasant. Leaders of countries don't like to acknowledge that assassination is a useful tool.
I'm pretty sure Lashley has assassins. I would gladly see if they can go too.
I mean, there's a difference between assassinating, innocent people and assassinating, evil things bent on taking over the universe.
Well, and in all fairness, though, I wonder how easy assassinating Elder Brain would be. It would be something of
Incredibly difficult, as
heroic proportions for each individual that's trying to assassinate.
Yes, well, I mean,
For
my
each
whole
group, even.
my whole thing is that I can get people there. Getting people there is the thing.
Are we talking suicide mission where they're not coming back?
Well, no, I'm assuming that if there's a possibility that they might come back, but I'm assuming that anyone who's a professional, Avandra, correct me if I'm wrong, but anyone who's a professional assassin understands the fact that at a certain point they may or may not come back.
Yeah, my only problem, Kebichet, is that we're talking about murdering a giant brain with tentacles.
Yes, but if I can literally put you right behind it,
Oh, don't forget God with godlike power.
If I could literally put you right behind it with a detailed explanation of their anatomy to show you exactly where their frontal lobe is to destroy any autonomous function.
I mean, you could teleport me right behind Old Un before he was killed, and I don't think that I could have been able to put him out of his misery. Or you could teleport me right behind the Void and tell me right where to stab, and I don't think that it would matter.
Yes, but they don't have a corporeal form at the time. An elder brain does. It's a brain.
Yes. And then there's the problem of the whole ship coming after us.
Like I said, I can possibly get you a way out, too.
Why don't you just
Well-
teleport a bunch of explosives at the right spot?
I
Yeah,
tried
but
that idea and they still don't.
I'm not talking about an anti-magic warhead that would break the universe. I'm talking about a actual metric ton of grenades with a pinpole.
Well, I mean, I also have this, and Doxy just like holds up an explosive that is kind of like a planet killer kind of thing.
Everyone
want this
gasps.
on you?
What?
Why do you
Doxy's been
have that
playing
on you?
again.
I don't. I just like to tinker. It's not a planet killer. Because that's more than a WMD.
What have you made?
Probably some bad
It's-
black hole
I mean,
generator or
it's-
something.
it's a precision. It's a black hole. I don't.
Was I right?
It's
Did you create a singularity?
no, like
a singularity device?
everyone here that's like was on the crew recognizes it's kind of like a modification of the shrink ray that he had. And well, I started thinking, I mean, if we wanted to remove something, this is maybe one way. And the first time it didn't really work. It was a little bit rushed, and I'm sorry for Jupiter.
You weren't telling people about that one, Doxy.
Right.
What's Jupiter?
Nothing that anyone needs to worry about anymore.
It doesn't exist.
Saskia says I'm not even surprised. So you destroy the whole planet.
What?
No.
Technically, Volan's dead.
Technically,
I'm
he
glad
ate
that
it.
dragon was on our side.
But suffice to say, I could construct more of these. We just need to find out where these elder brains are.
I mean, if we find out where the other brains are, I have did a minor experiment on a thing for Amanat that I'm pretty sure I can do again, but it'll take me a little while to do. Oh, like more than 3. Which will immediately have someone come back to the location that I designate.
Simon? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Right now, Saskia says, that might be a good plan. We don't know how many there are. We don't know if we have the manpower, the capacity to make a concerted assault on everything.
That's why I said we need a bunch of assassins.
Simon, Simon, sorry, out of character.
Yes, Doxy.
Well, it is, I think, technically Doxy trying to figure out whether I can do this. But, okay, so, in Independence Day, where, like, the aliens are piggybacking on the satellite network communication, and that's how they find out where... Well, suffice to say, what I want to do is see if I can piggyback on the signals of the communications of the Elder Brain to find the other locations of the Elder Brains.
I mean, technically, Kebichet is still telepathic for 23 more hours. You could attempt something of the sort. However, there might be consequences.
I must hack the system, Simon.
Hack the
If you,
planet.
all right,
Hack the
Anders,
universe. Hack
Anders?
the multiverse.
Anders,
Yes.
I want a very large drink if I do this.
Before we get
I-
excited about hacking the universe, I proposed this a while ago. If these things do have corporeal form, there's some pretty famous conditions that the brain can suffer from.
These are not normal brains. And
Yeah,
like Doxy
but
pulls up
if we
the
could
schematics.
somehow force it to have Alzheimer's or brain cancer or etc.
You were
Biological warfare.
biological warfare.
You told me
Oh
that you
my
didn't like that
gosh.
idea. You told
I'm
me
the
that
one
was
that
a bad
suggested
plan. No, I did. I said I have the nanites and I can just, use that. Doxy and I can work on this and we can just target the whole thing.
Oh
fix
my
them out.
god.
No, I didn't shut that down.
I really like that idea.
I've
You
been-
shut that down. I have notes that say you shut that down. But if you want, if you bring that up, Kabuto would be like, no, we can totally do that. I have notes. And she starts pulling out like her data pad and is like, see, if you do this and this will attack this portion of the nervous system and we'll use these nanites to do this. And based on the the infection rate. And I mean, if I put it on an individual ship, it could probably
Wait a minute.
infect, an entire ship in about 20 minutes.
Why was there a reason behind us saying no in the
I-
first place?
No, I think there's a reason why we
I mean,
decided not to do this. It's because there's an unknown that we don't know. We don't know the capacity of the Elder Brain. What if we do this and then it doesn't work? And that's our
At least
only
it'll take out all of the other illithid. And
Oh,
then we
wait.
can just target the Elder Brain.
oh, I remember what it was. Our original plan was to try and infect one illithid and essentially psychically infect them all through like
Patient
one
zero.
random illithid. And we discovered through really high Arcana rolls that wasn't going to work. We would have to actually deliver it directly to the Elder Brain. And the issue was we didn't know where the Elder Brain was at the time.
Actually,
Oh.
can
If I recall
Anders
correctly.
or can any one of you make an Arcana check? Because you've been
Yes.
dealing with illithids for a while now, and your knowledge of their powers and capacity might just. Eddard, you don't even remember what a mind flayer is.
I'm not even surprised.
Oh shit.
Um,
Well, hi guys.
yeah, 27.
I got something similar to that. I think it was like I need to look at my sheet again. Yes. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Continue.
So far, well, did you roll higher than 20?
Yes.
Higher than 25?
Yes.
Okay. So, everyone except Eddard. The way mind flayers are controlled, if you will, and it might just be due to a lack of vocabulary on your part, but I feel like with the time that you've spent with Doxy, with your parents and everything, they tried to explain as best they could. The control area of an Elder Brain is not that large. It can basically control like a capital ship, fighter pilots, and that's about it. There's probably an Elder Brain on multiple vessels. They're just all called Elder Brains.
Right.
Now, to those that rolled higher than a 20, yes, they are called Elder Brains. They are not actual brains. It might be possible to infect a disease into an Elder Brain, but it would require you to capture one, probably dissect it, learn how it works, what its defense immune system is like, what nerves could you attack and everything, and then you could develop something. Higher than a 25. It's a theory, But so far you have plenty enough information about that. If one Elder Brain controls a, let's say, handful of Mind Flayers around, there are, the smaller Elder Brains are in turn controlled by a bigger Elder Brain. And this hierarchy goes all the way up to, let's call it the Mind Flayer God. Essentially the being that is so powerful that it has, Elder Brains underneath it. Yeah, the Overmind.
Yes.
Let's Zerg this shit.
I mean, it's StarCraft, right?
Yep.
So
Don't sue us, Blizzard.
So while we're thinking about the next step, we'll take a quick break because I need to bio, and we'll be right back. And we're back, everyone. So, what is thy plan?
To destroy them all.
Or at least a number of them.
No,
I'm currently setting up the gate to throw some Wismos through.
that are carrying a singularity device that will basically suck everything into its own little like pocket dimension. No, that wouldn't necessarily work. No, it's like a orb of destruct or like the sphere of annihilation.
You want to create a sphere of annihilation?
Multiple.
I don't think you're gonna have the time.
No, I mean, I guess more of what I was thinking of was like it's like in science where you create a singularity, it just starts sucking things in, and you don't necessarily know where it goes.
You're just going to create a very big bomb.
So you're yeeting the elephant to somewhere else, and it's gonna be their problem.
Yeah, that doesn't solve anything.
No, I mean,
Can we just
don't
go with
actually
your-
know you don't actually know where the singularity goes to.
It goes to the mirror universe. I do not need evil Spock and an Elder Blaine getting together, y'all. Think about that one. How horrible that would be.
By the way, just so you know, a sphere of annihilation would take you a year to create.
Good to know.
Half of
I
that,
mean-
6 months if you're under industrious worker for 6 months nonstop.
I mean,
It
we
doesn't
do
time
have
pass
a
differently
place we
in-
can go that the time can be modified.
It's 10 times faster. It's still going to take you 18
10
days.
Wait, so I mean that's 80 times faster, right? Yeah, total.
Huh?
No, it's 10 times faster.
Yeah, but sorry. Oh no, I'm not 8 times faster. Sophia's is only 4 times faster. That's right. So
So it's 40 times faster.
yeah, 40 times faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little long. You
Regardless, don't have the time.
you don't have the
Yeah.
time.
18 days.
A bunch of very large bombs could work there just as well.
I mean, except that we don't have them. But
We have an armory, don't we?
oh, that does have one. Yeah.
I mean, we could, Saskia says, looking at Eddard,
Wait,
we could
Having
decommission
s-
a lot of the mechs
And we're probably going to
and
need these.
repurpose them into bombs. They have
So
a lot of firepower.
how
And
many
then are
days do
going
we
to
have?
create an anti-magic field when they explode.
No, they're not.
Out of character, how many days do we have really,
Um,
or is it kind of undefined?
it's undefined as in the sense that the longer you wait, the greater the challenge will be.
Gotcha.
And at some
Because-
point, it will be like full disclosure. At some point, it will become impossible for you guys to survive
Okay, because
if you take too long.
So, if I take 365 days, divide it by 40, because that would be the speed, that's only 9 days. Well, you can also have someone assist you. And if they're assisting you, it reduces the time by half. So that would reduce it to 4.5 days to create the Sphere
For
of Annihilation.
one sphere.
hmm True.
Just one. That's the thing.
4.5 days.
Yes, but it's still just one. If you wanted to strike at all of the Elder Brains everywhere at once, it would be impossible.
True.
Just the
my-
overmind.
Here's let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have a bunch of bombs. We have Lakshan mechs that or fighters even that we could use as bombs. We send a bunch of them through portals and watch things go boom, and then we take on an overmind.
The bomb against the elder brain that is attacking the void might make sense. The void may be able to prevent the bomb from causing any ripple damage to the void itself, and then we go after the overmind.
This might not be realistic, but I'm going to pitch it anyways. If we were to do something to the Overmind to force it to send out a psionic kill switch to those under it, and repeat that psionic kill switch to those under that, rinse, wash, repeat through the hierarchy, do we even need to worry about striking every single Elder Brain, or can we simply just focus on the one big threat?
How do we initiate that said kill switch?
What?
Haven't figured that out yet.
Simon, is that even a thing? Wait, what?
So, attacking the Elder Brain, attacking the Overmind, we'll call it an Overmind. If you kill it, it means that everything under its control and everything under that control and everything blah, 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 and it cascades down, will find themselves with... I mean, best case scenario, free will. Worst case scenario, they need this psychic connection to live and they'll die.
My answer, Captain, is that I do agree with that idea. We should mostly concentrate on the biggest, largest threat. I think we also should test this case by sending a bomb with Wizmos through to the one that's currently harming the Void, because we don't want the Void to be hurt because, long-term things that we might need that help with. Also, I kind of have a theory about how to get that kill switch to happen, but it will probably be complicated.
I mean, if it would take you a year, we could get it down to 4.5 days.
Not that kind of complicated. I would have to sleep on the issue probably, but I can sleep in the other well, I've been sleeping there anyways. It makes things easier, and I would have to change out spells.
Simon, can we attempt to locate this Overmind based upon the piggyback signal effect that I was talking about? And I'm remembering now what they...
There might be consequences.
Well, yeah, they'll know that... Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Doxy, you can create a deck of many things in 4.5 days.
Oh!
Oh, no, wait, it's a consumable. It's a consumable. 2.25 days.
Simon gave you too much power.
Yes. I'm looking at the list of legendary items, so those that would take 4 days.
A year. That sounds like a random arbitrary time.
No, it's not. It's in the crafting rules.
Oh, that's the Xanathar's Guide to Crafting Rules or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's I based myself off of that. And normally you would
Gotcha.
need to kill a creature of CR 19 or above. But I would waived it off for one item, if only because of, the lack of time.
Super technology!
Gotcha. I haven't looked at those Xanathar's crafting rules in forever because we made our own.
But yes, so
find the Overmind.
Huh?
Find the Overmind.
Yeah, you could piggyback the signal, like I said earlier.
Okay.
It requires me to take the ring off again. We can do that in a second.
Again, before we do that, gate, and I go to the ship with a Wizmo in hand, activate the gate with the codex, throw it in, close the gate, track it.
This Wizmo is currently freaking the hell out, but you track it to outside this verse. It's on the material plane. It's outside the galaxy.
I think we found the Overmind.
So it's somewhere
Alright
like
then.
super far away.
Wait, what?
I then open the gate and let the Whisma back in.
Scarred for life.
When you reopen the gate, 3 mind flayers, one of which is currently grasping the Wismo, are staring at you.
Close the gate! Close the
Roll
gate!
for initiative.
Ah, Shiza.
All right.
I think we all kind of followed him to see this.
I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, Kebachet probably would have, at least just to see if there was any assistance she could give in this.
No, it's like everyone's following suit. Like this is all of us just going. Yeah.
I mean-
Also, the ship. Like, where do we go from the war room to the ship?
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as the captain started walking away, we're like, no. Anyway,
Okay. So, like I said, 3 mind flayers are looking at you through the portal. Slightly confused, very angry. One of them is holding the Wismo. But before they can do anything, Kebichet gets to act.
I do believe that's mine. And I'm going to just can I do that? Yes, it's is it a bonus action? Yes, it is. She casts a 7th level spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a bonus action and say fuck this shit. Do I hit one of them on a 19?
Yes.
Okay. Dee. Oh shit. That's a crap roll. That's a 29 points of damage. And then as an action,
Yes.
they're on this plane of existence, aren't they?
Yes.
She starts to close the gate.
Okay. Your spell will stop because you no longer have line
No,
of
no,
sight.
she doesn't close it all the way.
It's you either close or you keep it open.
Okay.
It's a like a Stargate. It's
Yeah. Okay, then you want this Wismo, don't you?
yes.
Fine, she'll leave it open. But she's standing next to the gate, controls to close it.
all right. Then next up is the mind flayers.
Oh.
I don't see your initiative, Doxy.
Oh,
What did
I'm
you roll?
13. Sorry.
So
13.
that would be you.
Huh?
That would be you, Doxy.
Oh, I'm up. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Wait. Hold on. I need to. Oh, what was? Oh my God. Does anyone remember how? What's the cooldown time? Oh, whatever. I pull out my blaster. I'm like, fuck, and just shoot one of them. And then let's see. Oh my God. It's been so long since I've done battle with this thing. And I'm like, I don't want to move from my Hardlight avatar page because I'm like, what page is that actually? 218. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot with my blaster.
Go right ahead. Make an attack roll.
And that is a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Okay. Yeah, dice. Oh, and it's overcharged, I believe,
Yep.
because I do that. And that just adds another d6, right? If I recall.
Adds multiple d6s. I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you in a
right.
second.
so
Overcharge adds what level are you? So 3 dice.
14.
Yeah, 3 more dice.
Whoa!
No, 3 dice. 3 dice total. Sorry.
Oh, 3 dice total.
No, sorry. Plus 3. You add an additional die of damage. So yeah.
So All right, so in total, I roll 6 dice. Is that correct?
Well, what's your damage? Your regular damage?
2d6 plus 1. Wait. The way it's written in Roll20, I think, is a little bit weird. But it's the Avarice Staff. So it's 2d6 force damage, if I recall. Right?
Okay, so you roll 5d6 force damage.
5d6. Okay.
And
Right.
you also add your intelligence modifier.
Oh, right. Okay, so let's see. We got 7, 8. 7 plus 8 is 15. Plus 5 is 20. Plus another 5 is 25. Plus 3 is 28.
Do you attack the same Mind Flayer that is currently being under attack by the spiritual weapon, or another one?
Yeah, let's go with the same one.
Okay, you said 28?
Yes. And then as a bonus action, and this is the overcharge a bonus action? I can't remember.
Overcharge uses your
It just happens.
it just happens once on your turn.
Got it. So as a bonus action, I summon my avatar. So what you see is Loxy just like transforms into this like giant juggernaut of a multi winged alien cat-like creature, and like has like these like plates of hard light armor just like clink onto it, and a double-sided battle staff mace. And then I roll it for initiative for them. Let's see. What is their initiative bonus? It's low, so I imagine someone else can go.
All right, then the Mind Flayers will go.
4. It's a initiative of 4.
Yeah, the Mind Flayers will go. They... Huh. All right, you know what?
Bring it. Hurt me, Daddy.
I will. One of them, the one that's been heavily damaged, looks at Eddard and says, "Your Highness." And I will ask Eddard to make a... Are you immune to charm, Your Highness?
You'll have the spines.
You have resistance.
Well, I think this one, it gives you immunity to charm. And then you have resistance to psychic damage.
Where was the spine again? The stats that we...
It's in Discord.
It's in Discord. Okay, let me just go grab it real quick.
It's not far up, if I recall.
Stability harness. Cannot be possessed or charmed. Cool. So, they do so, and nothing happens. The other two mildly freak out, because that's not supposed to happen. And the one in the middle, the one that holds the Wizmo, points at Anders, who opened the door, and will demand that Anders make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
At advantage from Hero's Feast.
Oh, yeah. Also, you're a gnome, right?
No, I'm a halfling.
That's right. I keep forgetting that. For some reason, I feel like folks just kept calling us the gnomes, so I kept getting that messed up.
Gotcha. So I got an 8.
Oof.
11 with advantage.
Oh, right. 11 with advantage. That's right.
You are now confused, dear sir.
Ooh.
So you can't take any reactions, must roll a d10 at the start of each of your turns, blah, 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 And the
Yep.
third one, we'll just ask everyone to make an intelligence saving throw. You have resistance to psychic damage, but it's still going to try.
All right.
Nah, I'm
And
doing this
is-
again.
Is this a spell as well, or magic?
Yeah, I figure it counts as magic.
Okay. Then I have advantage as a gnome. Ha ha. That's like a huge 28 or something like that.
19.
Well, fuck that.
9.
Yeah, Alex, you take 7 points of psychic damage. And you are stunned for 1 minute.
I really don't like these ones.
So why do you want to get the Wismo back again?
That was kind of my reaction.
I don't know, but it's now Ender's reaction. Ender's action turn thing.
All right, let's find out what I do. Sorry, I'm using a tiny laptop screen instead of my regular big screen. So,
Yeah, that's okay. Roll. You have physical dice.
not near. I do have this near me, but I got
Okay.
it done.
3.
What does 3 do?
You skip your turn
All right,
and then can make a saving throw.
let's do better this time. 11.
Still confused. Edard, you also skip your turn because you're stunned. You can make a new intelligence save. And fail.
I'm shocked.
That would bring us to the Avatar.
Okay. So the avatar like looks at me and just like and rushes for the same guy is the one that's been beat up on a little bit, right?
Yep.
And just rushes in there and and makes basically like a double attack.
Go ahead.
Oh, balls. Here, I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna roll in the roll 20 because that'll make it a little bit easier. Oh my god. What's the modifier? Let's see. It's +8. So does an 12
No.
or an 11 hit?
Nah, I'm sorry.
All right. But now it is in their face and shedding bright light into their face.
Which one of the two hard lights did you decide to have? The Aetherolus or the Juggernautus?
It was the Juggernautus.
The Juggernautus. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So that brings us back to Kevichet.
I'm very, very tired about these things. Are you sure we need this, Wismo? Well then.
The Wismo looks at you with pleading eyes,
Yes,
digital
yes.
tears swelling in its eyes.
You got caught. Well, first I'm going to swing that spiritual weapon again for a crit,
Nice. That's a double crit.
and it's still cast at 7th level because that's what happens with spiritual weapon. So, hi. 20...
57.
57.
It dies. It's dead.
Was this the one that was holding the Wismo? Because that's what she was thinking.
Yeah, the Wismo falls
Dying.
down on the ground.
And she looks at it and goes, "Are you coming?" And
Let me roll initiative for the Wismo.
I swear to God, if the Wismo gets like 20,
Wismo gets 20, runs, closes the door. They have a +3 still.
that's pretty good. It's better than me.
Dexterous little drink. Oh my god.
He's got the same.
They
He's
play
like,
last.
initiative.
They play
Well, no,
last.
Yeah, they play last. All right, that's fine. And then she's going to say, "I'm very annoyed with you, and you're messing with my friends and people that I appreciate. So, burn." As she just gestures and casts Flame Strike.
On the Wizmo.
No, just behind the Wizmo.
I'll teach him.
On the space between the two guys that are left. Only at
Okay.
5th level, though. They need a dex save.
Dex save.
Mm-hmm.
They both fail.
Good. They take 11 fire damage and 18 radiant damage.
Ow! Fuck! Doxy,
And then
you're
she just
next.
kind of she's standing prepared to the minute the little thing runs through the door, hit the door and close it.
All right. Doxy is going to. Let's see. Oh no. Where's my thing? Doxy is just going to unload on them. And I'm trying to remember what I can do as a bonus action again.
Oh wait, who cast that on me, by the way?
One of the mind flayers.
Pass.
Ooh, isn't
What
it
is that
concentration?
still- yeah,
Oh,
that's what
it
I-
was the second one. So yeah, someone who actually took damage from the confusion. Thank you for. You're no longer confused.
Yay.
It was kind of what I was hoping for.
Alex, you're still
Okay.
stunned.
Gotta do my intelligence saving throw.
Well, at the end of your turn, but you can do it now while Doxy rolls. For...
Yep. So I rolled for
Oh.
my attack, and it is a 23.
That hits.
Overcharge. Because all the damage. Okay. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, plus 5, plus 8. 13 plus 8 is 21. It's 21 points of force damage. And then as a bonus action, my force field projector comes up.
Okay, how much damage?
21
Cool.
on one of the others that's been.
Gives me a nice
That's taken
round
through damage.
number.
Yeah.
All right, and you pull up your shield.
Yeah, so like my force field just comes up. There's a
Alright.
shimmer.
The actually, the mind flayer that you shot at.
Yeah.
Alex, you will succeed, so you will unstun after your turn. The mind flayer that you shot at disappears,
Fuck.
and the other one.
Wait. Did they go invisible?
No.
Okay.
Just literally. No
Yeah, I
more.
was gonna-
Not there anymore. Like teleported, if you will.
Yeah.
Did
I
he
was
get
just gonna say
teleport?
because I can see them. That's all.
You can't tell him into the ship, however, with teleportation.
They're not going into the ship.
Oh, I know. He's probably running to give an alarm.
And the other one, seeing that they're now alone, will walk back, but still keep within like 60 feet of you.
Question.
Yes.
Does that spiritual weapon get an attack of opportunity?
Not on this one. That would be the like farthest.
Okay, fine.
And they will Doxy.
Yes.
Make an ability check with your spellcasting ability contested by the creature's strength check. Can you make a strength check for me, please?
Oh, fuck. My weakness! That's a 4!
You are flung through the gate,
What?
Is he pulled through the gate?
through telekinesis. You are now inside the Illithid ship,
Ah!
and that's where we're gonna end the game.
Damn it. I didn't do jack.
Complications. Sorry.
Next
get
time
excited.
when we begin the game, just remember, Justin, you go first,
Okay.
and Edard technically will be the turn that he skips. Actually, you know what? Justin, go right ahead since we're gonna finish initiative.
Okay.
What do you
So-
do?
All right. Now that I'm no longer confused, Doxy just got pulled into the ship. So I closed the gate. I'm kidding.
Let's raid.
All right. So let's see here. I'm going to cast. I mean, this guy's taken some damage, but not a lot, right?
He's taken 29.
Oh, he's taking 29.
29, yeah.
Sure,
He's rough.
Yeah, I'll firebolt him and exploit weakness on him. And so I get to roll, because I'm exploiting weakness, and I've got Eldritch Rune from my occultist. If I hit with a
You hit.
17, okay, I roll, instead of rolling 3d10, I roll 6d10.
Damn.
Yup. $36
Damn.
damage. How's he feeling?
Really close to dying.
Okay, and let me see here. Is there a
Come
bullshit
on.
bonus action I can do here?
Pull more damage out of your butt.
That's what I'm looking for.
Point of order. Does my avatar come with me?
No, it actually... Well, your avatar was already on the other side of the door because they were
That's true.
wailing on...
Yeah.
Damn it. I've got nothing.
I mean, if there's anyone that would get stuck there,
Mhm.
at least it's me.
Well, you're not stuck.
That's true.
So, we still have... I forgot, end of initiative. There's the Hardlight Avatar and the Wismo.
Mhm.
So, Hardlight Avatar can go...
Okay, then they will attack the remaining Illithid. That's a natural 20.
It's dead.
And yes,
well, it depends. What's your damage?
I think it's 2d6 plus 6, like force damage or something like that.
Then would you mind rolling... Wait, I have
Yeah.
Hardlight's Avatar here. It's
plus
2d6
5.
plus
2d6
5.
plus
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
So, yeah, do you mind rolling? Because you might not kill it automatically.
That's 15 total damage.
No, actually, you kill it.
Yeah, because a natural 20, so it'd be 30.
How much HP did this thing have left?
Huh?
How much did it have left?
Smear blood across
10.
the wall.
It had 10 HP left. So, yeah, you are pulled in. Your avatar charges forth, punches the thing into a pulp. The small Wismo clings to your boot. And that's when we're going to end tonight's episode.
Well, now they know we're coming.
I mean,
Yep.
maybe.
I want to blame the captain for this.
Blame
Sometimes you just need action.
The captain is a man of action in sacrificing Wismos.
The problem is he wanted the Wismo back.
Yes,
Hey,
I was
hey,
surprised.
I have a medal for him.
I was actually...
I was fully prepared to just close the damn
that's
door.
true. That's true. Wismos are Justin's weak spot.
Yeah.
If it had been a Thwirl, he wouldn't have cared in the slightest.
Nope, not at all.
So let's go around the table. Tell us who you are, where we can find you on the internet, and let us start with let's begin with His Majesty.
Oh my
You
God.
can find His Majesty sitting down on his throne of Twitter. I'm gonna have to change my avatar and everything for that. You can
Photoshop
find
a
me
crown
on
on your
Porcelain?
face.
Porcelain throne?
No, not really. You can find me at the_Gambit on Twitter, and I'll see y'all next week. Or am I mistaken?
Yes, next week is the
Next week.
finale.
For the finale. Yes. Where we will absolutely demolish a overmind. And one of us will turn into Kerrigan. Please don't sue us, Blizzard.
Turn
We'll
into
s-
who?
We'll see
Kerrigan.
about that. We'll see. That said, thank you for coming. Doxy, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on the Twitters at Pixel Pirate with the first E being a 3. I'm actually going to be starting up a game of BattleTech with some friends of us all. I don't know if it's been announced yet, so I can't say more. But keep an eye on my Twitters and you'll find out. But yeah, I'm excited because it's going to be like Destiny BattleTech. We're going to be playing through generations of different noble families.
Ooh. So like a Pendragon / BattleTech game?
I may have seen something about this on a certain person's Twitter the other day.
Well, I do believe that if it's multi-generation and it's BattleTech, it has something to do with Eric.
Very possibly.
So I'll keep an eye out for that. Captain.
Hi. So I play Anders, and in real life, my name's Justin. I'm the community manager for Maychain Press. You can check us out on Twitter at Maychain Press, or you can go to our website, maychainpress.com. Where we have a blog and a store. I hear there's pretty good content on it, or something. That's what I'm told. Anyways, if you like what you see here on the stream, check out Dark Matter. You can get it 15% off using the code WanderingDM, and you'll be able to see us very soon at C2E2 if you happen to be there.
Cool.
Mhm.
I won't be at C2E2, but I hope a lot of people come and find you
Me too.
at your booth.
Me too. Booths aren't cheap.
I bet not.
Nor are flights or hotels.
Yeah. Doctor. Oof, I was going to say cleric. Doctor.
I'll answer to either. They work. Hi, y'all. You know me. I'm at Dirge Online on Twitter or Parksagorth as me for you. You see me hanging out in the Twitch chat, and I can't wait till next week because I want to see what happens next. And I love my sneaky crew. Sneaky crew are great. But as for me, tomorrow you can find me over on Tales from the Grim as we're playing some Witcher Family of Wraiths, and we had an actual Wraith last week, so there's that. But things will be great. And then Thursday back here for some masks, and Friday and Saturday back here for fun things. Vampire on Saturday and Cyberpunk on Friday. And then on Monday, I'm playing a short campaign of Lady Blackbird over on Katie Face's channel, which is some very interesting things have already started happening, and it's getting juicy. I love it. But check out my Twitter. I post where I'm going to be. I also post the games that I write, and I hope to see you there. And unfortunately, I will not be at C2E2 to see guys at Maychan, but I will be over at PAX East. I will be running around like a crazy person doing things. Come see me. I'm nice most of the time.
And I'm Simon at Wandering DM. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to all of you who hung out in chat. Thank you for the donations, the subs, the cheers, everything. Thank you to you who are watching on YouTube. It's always greatly appreciated to know that we have fans on the other platform. You can find me on Thursday for our mask campaign here on Wandering DM at 8 p.m. Eastern, on Friday for the return of Cyberpunk Red, on Saturday for Vampire the Masquerade. On Sunday, we're holding a special charity game to benefit Special Effects, the charity that gives helps people with disabilities play games, and mostly video games, but also to be able to stream and go on the internet and have a more regular life. So check us out. We're going to have Doug Cockle, we're going to have B. Dave Walters, we're going to have Johnny Chiodini, Kelly Butler, and we're playing The Witcher, of course. We're going to have prizes, giveaways, all of that good stuff. And I'll also be at PAX East, so if you want to come say hi, I'll be there all 4 days of the con. on that note, thank you everyone for coming. See you next week for the finale. Ciao.
Hey, before you
yep.
cut off, you know what? This is your channel that you're running this charity on.
Yes.
You want some giveaways?
I wanted to talk to you about that after the game.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to do some giveaways of dark matter. I'll tell that right now on stream live. There we go. I will work out the details after.
Okay. it's been launched into reality. So, all right then.